He invited me to Monday Night Raw. I showed up at that Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and I thought, you know what? Right now would be a great time to go introduce myself to Kevin and the world, and the rest is kind of history, man.
Hello, everyone, for Sportskeeda Wrestling. This is Bill Apter.
And this is Brad Gilmore.
Yeah, and welcome to one of our special chats here. Today we've got Ezekiel, the brother of Elias. And I also want to give a shout out to the public relations, the public relations department of WWE for having us, allowing us to do this interview. And don't forget to visit WWE.com, WWE shop, go to Peacock and see all the great premium events. And Ezekiel, you are in one of the major premium events this coming Sunday. It's going to be you against KO, Kevin Owens. So, but before we get into that, because I know everybody's going to be talking about that match, but there's a question I wondered since you came on the scene.
Oh, sure.
You wear these armbands
right
there, and some fans have told me, they said, you know what, is he playing homage to the Ultimate Warrior with those armbands?
You know what? It was never my intention. I just thought this looks really cool. I really love the bright colors, the tassels, the whole thing. Thought it would be showy. As soon as I went out there, I heard all the comparisons.
Did you?
People have been telling me, and like, as a huge fan, I've been a huge wrestling fan my entire life. To hear those kind of comparisons, even just to pay homage to the Ultimate Warrior, I'll take it, man. It's inspiration for me.
Yeah, because I've heard that from more than one fan. Brad, you had a question?
Yeah, Ezekiel, you made your big debut on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. I got to know a little bit of the origin story. I mean, obviously your brother was sensational when we saw him on WWE television, but
Right.
when did you get the call?
Brad, did you walk with Elias?
I walked with Elias on many occasions. Yeah, I walked with Elias on many occasions, as did a lot of people. But I have to ask Ezekiel, so when did you get the call to come join Monday Night Raw? How did it all come about?
Man, I gotta say, first off, love my older brother. Thank you for bringing that up, dude. I like to say that, Elias walked so that Zeke could speak. And so I am just so grateful for everything he has done and kind of the path he's at least laid out there for me. And I can tell you, yes, absolutely freak occurrence. Now, it had been my dream my entire life since I was young to be a WWE superstar. I had come across just a few months ago, probably a little over 2 months ago, I'm not going to say the name, but a top WWE executive, if you want to call it that. I introduced myself. I said, hello, I'm Ezekiel. I'm Elias's younger brother. He invited me to Monday Night Raw. I showed up at that Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and I thought, you know what? Right now would be a great time to go introduce myself to Kevin and the world, and the rest is kind of history, man.
Yeah. Did you two ever team up at all? And
You're referring to my older brother?
yes, yeah, to you and Elias.
I could tell you, when we were kids, we would talk about it. We would have little tag team matches with our cousins and our friends and stuff like that. But never as we got older. Now that to me is the ultimate dream. I mean, tag team champions with my older brother in the WWE, that would be, nothing tops that. That's the ultimate.
Wow. So when you guys were kids,
yeah,
and you watched wrestling and you guys wrestled each other as well,
yeah.
Who were you and who was he?
I guess I was always a huge fan, and I still am, of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was my ultimate favorite wrestler. My brother Elias loved The Undertaker, so he would always kind of be him. I'd always be Shawn Michaels, and we would go at it. So you can imagine when we seen WrestleMania 25, that's like the dream match for us to watch, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Wow.
Who won?
Got to be honest, my older brother would win more often than not, but I'm the younger one. Come on,
Tombstone?
Yeah, I had a few tombstones when I was young, for sure.
Oh my God, Brad.
Well, we talk about walking with Elias and your older brother, but I have a question. Where is Elias? I mean, we haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
You guys have questions. I have questions too, and believe me, I want those answers. I want them as bad as anybody else. The last I spoke with Elias was right when I debuted. I exchanged a few text messages, and I have not heard from him since. So, and that's kind of how Elias is. If you knew him like I knew him, you know that this is kind of what he does. He might kind of disappear here and there and do his own thing, but I couldn't tell you right now. I could not give you a location. I'm sure he's out there doing his thing. Maybe he's playing local bar shows or something like that, just because he enjoys doing things like that. But I don't know where he's at right now, I gotta say.
Did you also take up singing and guitar like he did?
Look, I always wanted to be like my older brother, right?
Yeah.
So I was one of those guys, the annoying younger brother who wanted to be like his older brother. But so I picked up some things along the way. Now, guitar is more of my brother's thing. I couldn't, if you put a guitar in my hands, maybe I could strum a string or two. I wouldn't really know what I was doing, but I always took to the piano. I love the piano.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't want to step on, my brother's thing. He was so good at guitar. So I just kind of did my own. I've got the piano. Maybe one day I get to show the world that. But for now, I want to focus on what gets done in the ring.
Wait, did you have a favorite piano player? Did you idolize someone from the past?
I mean, they're still out there, but Elton John, Billy Joel, these guys they're great at writing songs, and they're incredible on the piano. So those are two of my faves.
You're not a Barry Manilow guy, huh?
I'm sorry, I'm not. I feel like I'm not a Barry Manilow guy.
All right.
I'm sure Elias is. But you talk about this Sunday, Hell in a Cell. It's you and it's Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens has been pretty hot on your trail because he doesn't believe you. And if I'm being quite frank, I'm not completely sold that you and your brother aren't the same person because
whoa. Let's not be rude, Brad.
I'm not trying to be rude. I just haven't seen the two of you in the same room at the same time. It's the Clark
I was
Kent
invited
Superman.
to dinner. I was invited to dinner 2 weeks ago by the two of them in Nashville, and I wasn't able to go.
Bill,
thank you for the invite.
Okay.
By the way,
apologies, Ezekiel.
Pictures, seen the pictures, I'm sure.
I've seen a picture.
You've seen a picture. Okay, well, fair enough. Listen, this theory kind of blows my mind. If you guys have any relatives, I'm not sure. I'd imagine there are some physical similarities between the two siblings or even parents. Who knows what it is, right? And so I understand the physical comparisons, but can you imagine seeing someone that physically looks the same and saying it's not a different person who looks the same, it's the same person? It's really wild to me that, and I went on national television. I did the lie detector test. I passed it.
Yep.
Not sure what else is necessary. We're having this match now at Hell in a Cell. I hope the outcome. Now, listen, I can't guarantee victory, but that's certainly what I'm aiming for, and I'm going to put everything I can into making that happen. I hope something happens where Kevin just says, I give up. I give up. He is who he says he is. But I'm not even sure if beating him right in the middle of the ring in Chicago for Hell in a Cell is going to do that.
It won't. I know Kevin Owens very well. I've met him many times, interviewed him many times. He's stubborn. There's no way he's going to admit. You could practically destroy him, and he's going to find some way not to believe you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that heads up, man. I could lower the expectations, but I'm not sure what else I can really do to show. And what I would love to do. Now, listen, like I said, I haven't heard from him since my debut on Monday Night Raw. I'd love for Elias just to come out there and hang out with me. Like I said, it's my dream that we're tag team champions, but I can't get with him. Okay? So if anybody can, let me know. Let me know, and maybe we can make this happen. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep searching for answers.
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay, again, so to go back to Kevin Owens, right? You made your debut after the Raw WrestleMania. Kevin Owens, the night prior, 2 nights prior, wrestled Stone Cold Steve Austin in the main event of night 1. After that is that when you kind of called your shot and said, look, this guy just faced one of the biggest stars in the history of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make myself known against this man. Was that the idea?
Well, it wasn't that calculated. I got to say, it was not that calculated. I was backstage. I just thought, I can't wait to introduce myself to the WWE audience. Something I'd been wanting to do for years, it was my dream. And it just so happened Kevin was out there at the time. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to go out there, and all I did was introduce myself. That was that was it. And whatever it is, like I said, I think something snapped in Kevin the night before with Stone Cold Steve Austin, or 2 nights before with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think you got to be a little off already to kind of call him out in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania in Texas, no less. And for whatever reason, when I went out there in the middle of his rant and introduced myself, he lost it.
Yeah, well, he loses it often. If you've seen the on and off relationship with Sami Zayn also, I mean, he loses it completely.
Almost every person that guy has teamed up with, partnered with, has not ended well. It's like this guy history of lying and deceiving people.
Maybe he needs to have a few visits with Alexa Bliss's psychologist.
That would be great. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
he needs some help.
Yeah.
Again, this Sunday, Hell in a Cell, you versus Kevin Owens. The world is going to be waiting to see this clash, but what can we expect? I mean, have you been doing? I know there's been some 6-man tags. You've been in the ring a little bit with Kevin Owens, but we don't know a lot about your background and experience. We've only seen you for a very short time. What can we expect from Ezekiel on such a big stage?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I can't even tell you. I don't know. I'm all zeked up about it. You know what I mean? I'm ready to zeke out.
I like that. Zeked up.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
We're gonna have to see. When I'm out there on the big stage in front of everybody, it's me and Kevin Owens. I can tell you this, my whole heart is going to be out there for the people to see. I'm going to be Zeke. And, whatever Kevin brings, I'm going to be ready for it. I like to think so. I've been studying this guy for years and years. Like I said, I'm a huge wrestling fan. So I feel like I got him scouted pretty well. I feel like he does not know what to expect with me. So, and I'm going to keep that much a mystery until the show.
All right. Thank you so very much for being with us. We want to wish you good luck, of course. And what would you like to say? The fans, thousands and thousands of fans, look in the camera. They're going to be watching you on Sunday.
To all the Zeke freaks out there, I thank you so much for the support so far. It's been borderline overwhelming the way you guys have just treated me and the support. And I don't know if it's because you see something in me that you saw in my brother, and so it's carrying over. But for whatever reason, Ezekiel is just so grateful for you guys.
All right, you Zeke freaks, get out there and support him at Hell in a Cell. We'll be looking forward to you, and we'll see you at the matches.
Thank you, guys.
For Sportskeeda, Bill Apter and
Brad Gilmore.
Yeah, thank you very much.